Sometimes you readjust a key color about 15 different times. I do. I tune it like a piano. It's a little more, a little less, a little bluer, or a little greener, or a little this, or a little that, or the edge should be sharper or less sharp, or this, that, and the other. You work at it and work at it until finally the thing goes you know, the whole thing is suddenly come, as the French say, it sings. Comes into a state of music. That's it. That's what artists die for.
Jack Schabel has made a significant contribution to Canadian art. His work has clearly affected generations of visual artists. You know, he's become a mentor to many.
Jack was definitely, you know, one of the people that I want to work with the most, and he's very generous in his working method, and he's very open. And the best of days, it was just kind of electric. There's this energy and power from watching him work and being involved in it.
Put something on it, shape, color, calligraphy, anything that you think will get you moving.
So that's the hardest part.
That's the hard part, is getting something moving. Sometimes you know, somebody's gone by in a red sweater and you think, holy God, you know, that's beautiful, that red, especially on that figure, or something gets you going, and so your mind is full of red. Well, I mean, that's how it is. Your senses get saturated, loaded, and the sensory excitement is terrific. This color, this shape that you've seen, this combination of things, or whatever it is, that gets you going. I'm a painter, and primarily, and I suppose I may go on with a lithographer too. Sure, it's interesting enough in between things. All I'm saying is I have to get used to the rhythm of these delays and the technical process that is never my own. I never know quite what I'm going to get.
Master printer is just basically meaning that you have the ability to print for someone else. I started the studio so I could have a beautiful place to do my own work. Well, it was a carry-on from being involved in printmaking as my major in art school, being involved in the co-ops across the country, here in BC and especially in Toronto, and then deciding that I didn't want to share my studio anymore, and I wanted a wonderful place to do my own work. And I thought I could finance that by inviting some people to come in and make prints with me. I had that ability and, you know, skill to print for other people. And Jack was probably, you know, at the top of the list on my artists that I wanted to work with on the West Coast. He had been involved in making prints, mostly screen prints, throughout his career, and not much lithography.
They came and asked me, and I said no first. I wasn't interested because it's not my medium. But then, you know, we talked a little while and thought about it, and I said, well, why not? Sure, I'll try it. And I did.
Jack had sketches to go on and color sketches as a starting off point, but to take that into the print studio, you know, any number of changes can take place, and many did.
The color control is important. I didn't want to get too many colors. And I've got here red, yellow, blue, black, a gray, a brown. The brown can be got by printing the red over the yellow or the brown with a touch of the green in it, and so on.
Right.
So I have to allow for all these things. You have to think ahead all the way through.
It's very complex.
As to what's happening when you start to make the plates. Yeah. Otherwise, you're creating enormous work. Each color has to be run, tried, separated, and all that kind of thing. It's a long job. So I think maybe we got something here that'll work, you know. I hope so.
So these are going to be taken to the studio, and then you're going to work from them. Is that right?
This is merely the guide I'll set up, and then I have to improvise each time I go over the acetate sheet and make another color separation. You have to improvise and follow the rhythms of the plate and do things, and you never quite know what's going to happen. Suddenly becomes very rich. You can control the richness of the texture, and that's the thing you want to get. Make it look like a lithograph and not like a silkscreen or a poster.
The meetings in the beginning become, with each artist are very important because you've got to figure out what you're heading for. And it's trying to determine what, from their work, from their style of working, what their intention is, what that finished print can be.
I can say to her, look, I want to get a certain kind of effect here, and she'll say, well, I think you could, but if you do that, this is going to, where you overlap on this other color is not going to work, or this isn't going to work, or this could be very much beautified, made more beautiful, if you did this or did that. So there's a constant discussion going on. This will have to be slightly deeper, I think, to make a difference. Can you do that?
Yep, let's do that.
Just a wee bit.
We're going to just change the element, make it a little bit darker.
There's no need to clean off the thing, I think.
Well, we can just do it quickly because then we're going to know it's perfect. And we'll just...
Well, we'll know near enough, I think, and just for the next run.
Okay.
You can
Maybe just strip that one.
just roll it into that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's, now you're talking more, I think. Just to deepen it a wee bit.
There's a sense of direction from what we're doing, and definite, suggestions on technically what's going to happen. But he's got a pretty strong idea of what he wants.